Hello! So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to collect your dust samples in your basement. So I'm going to be presenting you your sample toolkit and what is inside of it. And then I'm also going to be demonstrating how to collect your dust samples in your basement. So right here, this is your sample toolkit, and this is also included your sample toolkit. This is too big to fit inside the freezer bag, but we will be providing a smaller brush and dustpan that you can put inside your bag. Okay, so first things first, we have your gloves and your face mask. So remember that we don't want to, remember that we only want you to use whatever is inside the sample toolkit for you to collect your samples, because remember that we are analyzing and collecting heavy metals, which are contaminants. So we don't want you to have any kind of contamination in your own products, in your own personal household items. So only use whatever inside the toolkit, which includes your gloves and your mask, and you'll be using these, to prevent yourself from any kind of exposure to these heavy metals when you're collecting your samples. So only use the gloves and mask provided in the sample toolkit. So there's that. And then right here we have your sample tubes. So we will be giving you 3 sample tubes to put your dust inside of it. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then also what we have here is the tubes have a cap at the tops where you can open and close. And also remember that when you're collecting your samples, you want to make sure that you fill up each tube at least halfway up. If you can't fill it at least halfway up, just put it as much as you can, but this goes for all 3 tubes. So try to make sure that all 3 tubes are filled halfway up, but if not, then it's okay. And then we will also be giving you a smaller brush and pan for you to collect the dust in. And you'll be collecting the dust in the pan and then putting it in the tin foil. And now you'll be using the tin foil to put the dust in the tube. I'll show you in the demonstration later in this video. But we'll be giving you your own brush and tube. Your own brush and dustpan. Yeah. And then, like I said, we have a piece of tin foil here. So after you sweep up your dust in the pan, you'll be transferring the dust into the tin foil. You're gonna fold it, and then you're gonna insert the dust in each tube. Okay? Alright, so that's in your sample toolkit. Well, that's what's in your sample toolkit, and then I'm going to be demonstrating how to actually collect your dust using all of these materials. Hello, so as you can see, I'm in my own basement. At the moment, I'm just currently using my own personal face mask and my own personal brush and dustpan. But like I said before, make sure that you're only using the items that we provided in the sample toolkit. Don't use any of your personal household items, because like I said before, we're collecting and analyzing heavy metals, which are contaminants, so we don't want you to get exposed. I'm just using this mask and this for demonstration purposes. So you're going to find an area in your basement where there's a lot of dust collected. It doesn't have to be necessarily the area where your house gets flooded the most, but if you can find dust in that area, that'd be great. Otherwise, it's no big deal. So I'm going to grab my tin foil right here. Right, I'm going to grab one of the sample tubes, which is this one. I'm going to just bring the camera down right here. So right here on the floor, okay? So there's it's hard to see, but there are some dust particles on the floor right here. So you're going to take your brush, right? And you're just going to sweep the dust up like this. Okay? As you can see, there's some dust particles and lint. We're mainly not collecting the lint in your basement, but the actual dust. Just remove that. And try not to touch the dust with your own bare hands. Make sure you're using your gloves and wearing them. Okay? Then we're going to take the piece of tin foil. We're going to open it up. like that. And then we're going to put the dust inside the tinfoil. Take some of this lint out. Put some of it in here. Actually, we're going to try to scoop up a lot more. Like this, just sweep it up. Okay. And then put it inside the tin foil. And then you're going to take your sample tube. You're going to open up the cap. Okay. Then you're going to fold the tin foil in half, like this. And just have a small little opening right here where you can put your dust in. Actually, hold on. We're going to insert it like this. Oh, hold on. Okay, we're just going to insert it like this. Just push that down. And do the same thing right here. So the dust that you want to be collecting, you want to try to find a more sandy-like dust instead of the lint type dust, because that's what we're going to be analyzing. But yeah, like I said, I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. But I did collect some of the sand that's in my the sand dust particles in my house, my basement. And then, like I said before, you want to fill up each tube halfway up with your sample, and you're going to close the sample tube. Okay? Okay. And you're going to repeat this process twice with your other two sample tubes. So make sure you fill these two up. And then once you are done with that, you're going to throw away what's it called? Once you've done that, you're going to put the sample tubes back into your freezer bag. So right here, okay? So you're gonna put them back into your sample bag. Okay, so after you collect your samples, you put them in your freezer bag, right? And then you also want to put the brush and dustpan that we provided in your sample toolkit. You want to put it back in the freezer bag as well and keep them together. And with your samples, you always want to store them in a dry, safe area where your children or pets can't reach. And then after that, you want to dispose of the mask that we provided. It's going to be the blue disposable face masks that you will be given that in your sample toolkit. And then the blue gloves, you want to dispose this and this. I'm just using my household mask for demonstration purposes. And then you also want to throw out your tin foil. And yeah, and then make sure too that remember that you're only collecting the dust sample once. So we will only be providing you one sample toolkit for dust collecting, okay? And that's it. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, just please let us know via email or phone. All right, have a good day.